Should we start? Okay,
Yeah,
ready?
we should probably start.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I have the first word, right?
Yeah, go.
Unprecedented. This is a
Yes.
13th episode. We finished our season of All
Yeah.
the Feelings,
Yeah.
Adulting. We finished all 12 episodes. We promised you 12. You got 12. And now we're back for a 13th. Why, Pete?
Oh God, I feel about 3 inches tall.
Oh, no. But you look
Yeah.
like you look like $1 million.
Oh, Tom, thank you.
No problem.
Here's the thing. We had a technical snafu all season long that no one told us about. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Because, and I think I know why. Let me just back up. We have a form on our website where you can submit your questions or thoughts or anxieties directly to us on the show. And we said, hey, do that. We'd love to get your feedback. And then that feedback comes into our system on its own. It's like magic. It's a magic system. And it gets us away from the something stinky
Ugh.
email address that we used to have. Do you
Forgot
remember
about
that?
Something
Yeah.
stinky at gmail.com. God, that made me so angry.
Yeah, it was so bad, right? So we don't check that. God, I hope nobody's writing to that email address anymore.
Oof.
Anyway,
That's just like filled with manifestos.
it's all manifestos all day.
Yeah.
The challenge is that I had a filter set incorrectly in our database where the listener feedback goes, and I just stopped looking at listener questions. And let me just say, it's not entirely my fault, because when we did our Sins and Virtues season, not one person wrote us. Not one. Not a single one.
Well, as far as we know. If you had it forwarded to the trash, no, I get it. No, but there wasn't as much. That was more of a sit back and listen. And it turns out this time people had stuff to say.
People have stories.
Didn't know.
We didn't know.
Writing in, listeners, and we're so sorry. I'll say it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Filters, schmilters. There was a filter set, and the filter said,
yeah.
The filter, there's a picture of a guy with his fingers in his ears going, my.
Yes.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. So this is a special extra episode where we're just going to be dealing with the LQs, the listeners' questions or comments, L's, Q's, and C's. And we're so sorry because they go back to like which episode?
Kind of far. Well, it was the first question we got. Nobody wrote anything until we did I don't remember, what was the kids and dependence episodes, like 3 or 4?
Sure.
And the first one is in response to my son's Capri Sun habit, drinking trash.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You were watching a soccer game, and while everyone was at one side of the field playing a sport, your son picked up a used Capri Sun that was not his and took a little hydration break. Amazing.
Yes.
Where's also,
that? That's from Sharon Robeson.
Oh, we started. It goes from the bottom and then goes
from
up.
Bottom up. Yep, bottom up.
I'm ready.
And so it's actually also gives a tip of the hat to the time your dog Foster decided to commit sandal crimes and crap all over someone's sandals on the beach
at the dog beach. Yes,
that was all the same story. So this is what Sharon writes.
Okay.
Okay.
And I have not read any of these yet.
No, I haven't read all of them.
We just sort of found out about this. We were going to be recording just a Feeling Friends episode today, and instead Pete went, "Oh no,
oh no!" I mean,
we're recording a full-on episode today, and it's going out to the world. Okay, go ahead, tell us the story, Sharon Robeson, please.
Sharon says, "Okay, I have to tell you the story because after listening to Pete's kid drink mystery Capri Sun and Tommy's dog commit sandal crimes, I realized my dependence might be worse. We have 2 kids, 8 and 10, and a rescue mutt named Daisy. One Saturday morning, I'm upstairs folding laundry when I hear my kids shouting, 'Daisy found a treasure.' Now, you have to understand."
I don't like that. Already foreboding. Go ahead.
Daisy, you have to understand, in my house, treasure could mean anything from a dead worm to a diamond ring, and the odds are strongly against the diamond. I come downstairs and I find both kids in the backyard crouched in a weird ceremonial way kids do when they're about to show you something that will ruin your appetite. Daisy is wagging her tail proudly next to, and I'm not making this up, a bag full of fast food she apparently dug out from under the neighbor's deck, still stapled shut, grease stains blooming through the paper. The kids, in their infinite wisdom, had opened the bag and were about to split what was left of 2 slightly petrified Burgerville bacon cheeseburgers when I stopped them. And here's the kicker. They were mad at me, like furious. "You're always taking Daisy's stuff," my 8-year-old yelled, as if confiscating a bacteria playground was an act of tyranny. And I realized in that moment that my children would 100% eat ancient garbage out of loyalty to our dog. Am I raising generous, loyal little humans who want to stand by their loved ones no matter what? Or just future adults who will need to be told repeatedly not to eat food that they find under someone else's porch? Bigger question, who loses a whole bag of fast food under a porch? DoorDash is the worst.
Oh, I didn't think about that. So it was a delivery where they were like, I bet they want it under here. I
Yeah,
bet they want
or
a meal under their deck.
I can't find the address. I guess I'll throw it under a deck.
Right.
Like that's kind of the vibes it's giving me.
That's amazing. Thank you so
that is
much
an
for
amazing
sharing,
story.
Sharon. I think I've talked about it on this podcast, that the magic bush that Foster had.
No.
It's no longer there, but it's by, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but there's a supermarket named Ralph's. I've been to a couple times.
Wait, have you ever been there? Yeah.
I've been there, and I was walking Foster. This was a zillion years ago, and he was, he has to sniff and pee on everything, and he stuck his head into the bush and came out with an entire fried chicken breast in his mouth. And his eyes were like, "Oh my God, magic bush!" And I took it away from him immediately because I'm not a sociopath. But ever since, and I threw it away, of course. But ever since, until they got rid of that bush, he has to like search that bush because he thinks the bush giveth.
There's
the bush
presence there.
and the owner take away.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's a fantastic story, and it's also gross and terrible. And I love your children, and Daisy's my treasure.
Do you eat garbage food? I mean, like in your own garbage? Like you throw something away and you're like, I could eat that. Like it hits the garbage. Is there a statute of limitations on garbage?
Can't. It's like, even if it's like a fresh, I don't know, bag or something, there's some weird invisible line where it's immediately spoiled. And
that which goes in does not come out, is what you're
saying.
No,
it can't. Yeah. I think, I don't know where I got that from. Well, I guess probably from being human and being civilized. But no, I can't do that. Like I would immediately think that I would get sick, even though I would like watch the chicken nugget go in there, land on a clean napkin. It's immediately poison. How about you? Can you?
Well, it kind of came up because of, 20 years ago, the Seinfeld, where George ate out of the trash at somebody else's house. Okay. But it was one of those things where I don't remember the whole story. It was like somebody threw a plate with cake on it into the trash, and he took it out and ate some of the cake. And
Why?
He responded like you, because I don't know, he wanted cake. I'm totally butchering my memory of.
I never really watched Seinfeld. Okay, go ahead.
Are you kidding? You were in Seinfeld.
I think that's why I saw too much of myself.
A little too close to home.
Yeah. Whenever I do anything in my life, it ends in like I finish doing it and it goes boom, bow. Is that Seinfeld?
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do the whole thing. We could do it a cappella.
All right.
Do you want to do another question?
Sure, please.
This one comes from No Name. We have a lot of no names, people who are just like using us as a chat board and just write their thing in, and they don't tell us who they are or where they're from. They just have thoughts and they must share immediately. That's what we have.
From now on, I'm going to assume that every unnamed one is Daisy from the first story.
You got it.
Okay, great.
All right. So this one is referring to the 911 ice cream story. What was that?
911 ice cream story. Uh-oh.
Oh, it was a Feeling Friends.
This
was
right.
The kid, right? We had the whole audio.
And said that my mom was mad, or she was mad at her mom for, that's right,
taking her ice cream, and called the police.
That's right. Okay, go.
So Daisy says, the 911 ice cream story is hilarious, but I'm genuinely curious. How did you teach your kids the right reasons to call emergency services without accidentally discouraging them from calling when it actually matters? We have absolutely no reason to fear our kiddos would do anything dumb, mostly because we've taught them nothing and really feel like we should.
Uh,
Interesting question.
that's a very interesting question. Foster doesn't know how the phone works, so I'm off the hook.
No.
How did you do it?
I don't
Did
think
you not?
I don't
Oh,
think I
no.
did.
Oh, no. But
I think I was too busy trying to decide if I should watch Tiger King, and I didn't do that either.
do you know what I did yesterday? I watched all of Tiger King. Just kidding. I still haven't watched it. Oh, well then, but they
I
know what it is.
Well, yeah. I mean, they absolutely know what it is, and oh man, I feel
Does
like
school teach them?
I was just wondering. I feel like a complete bozo. When I was a kid, there was a lesson on this. There was like
Yeah,
a
I feel
video,
like
a film strip.
I feel like we had a police officer come in and be like, "Police officers are your
Mhm.
friends, and we're not bastards." He was very forward thinking.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't say ACAB, and we're like, "What is that?" And now
What?
it says, yeah.
Yeah, I think we had some civic education at school, and maybe I just sort of internalized that and expected it to happen. I don't think I ever did. And now, of course, now that I have a kiddo who works in emergency services, I get the back end of what happens when people aren't taught what to do. Now that I think about it, the stories that Soph brings home about people who called 911 and really didn't
Right.
need to, um,
For
are
their
legion,
EMT
and they're
work.
adults. Yeah, they're
Right.
like, "I stubbed my toe, take me to the hospital," kind of
Yeah.
things, you know? So yeah, I think, so it's different. Here's the other reason it's different. This just strikes me. Kids, young kids, generally, in at least in my social group, don't have phones. If they need to call 911, they have to do it on their parents' borrowed cell phone. This is causing me no end of sort of retroactive anxiety. What if
Wait,
something
kids
had
don't have
happened to me?
phones? I thought kids, that's all they did was on their
No, I
phones
mean,
and
like,
turn
if you
loud
have,
music.
like, a no,
Oh,
if you when
little
you're
kids.
nervous
I see.
about this, not teaching your kids what, like, I knew how to dial 111 because we had a landline, and when I was, I don't know, when I was in elementary school and the police came and said, "Here's when you dial 911," I knew where the phone was. I could go pick it up and dial 911. But
Right.
what happens when something
You're talking about
happens?
little kids.
Yeah,
Because
right.
we don't just have landlines. That's a really good point. But isn't there a thing everyone yeah, isn't there like some sort of like thing where any phone will let you dial 911 even if it's not your phone and it's locked?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is true. Even if you
You know what
don't
we should bring
even if a
back?
lot of phones, even if you don't have a cell phone plan on it, it'll
Yeah.
dial 911.
Oh, that's fun. We should bring
Yeah.
back call boxes. Like on
Call
highways.
boxes.
Highways,
Yeah,
there
like
would
the
just
blue
be like those
boxes.
little boxes because then cops didn't have, I guess, any communication.
Phones.
And so
They
they
had
would go and, like,
walkie-talkies.
yeah, they're walkie-talkies, but inside
Yeah.
was a little like landline phone. Adorable.
How else
Oh,
would they be able to talk to Smokey and or the Bandit?
nice. Wait, I thought one of them was okay. Whatever.
Anyway, I don't have really great answers for you,
Yeah.
Daisy. I'm really sorry about that, but this
I
is a
wonder if that's the
great
kind of thing that just sort of gets learned through osmosis and school and also popular culture.
and also then that means it's probably not taught very well,
Yeah.
is what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. I'm
Okay.
worried about that. All right.
Thank you, Daisy.
Okay. Next question comes again from Daisy. Daisy's been busy.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So here we're starting in media res. Pete, I'm in the same boat,
Uh-oh.
says
What?
Daisy. My mom is dating again, and she's a trusting
Right.
person. Trying to balance encouraging her happiness with making sure no one's taking advantage. It's making me feel even more cynical about ... the world. Yeah.
Right, because your mom had suitors.
Yeah. Which, and I'll say just in terms of catching up, went very well.
Really, that guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
They finally met?
They finally
Adorable.
came out. They had a great trip together. It was very sweet. And
That's
I don't know what happens
wonderful.
next, but they're living in the moment
Okay.
as they
Excellent.
should. So that's the whole story. I absolutely resonate
Yeah.
with this, right? Like I totally get it, especially because I don't live near my mom. And so the act of kind of engaging in that protective vibe
Sure.
that sort of creeps up is hard. And yet I don't know this person, never met them. I think it helped that, you know, my mom was able to tell me a lot about him, about his family. She's talked to his son, like but I never talked to
Sure.
him. and maybe I'm shirking my responsibilities, but mostly I'm just so on the side of mom needs a buddy, and this is
Right.
somebody that you know what he is? He's actually his cousin was my dad's cousin. So
What?
they were so this guy was actually cousins by marriage into our family. What's that
What?
like? Yeah. Like they're not blood
Does that make it
relatives, but they're
better or okay? I
it
guess
makes
that's
it better
better.
because
Yeah.
it's like we it's
They're a
we
known
know where to
quantity.
find him
Yeah.
if something goes wrong.
Sure.
So I don't know if that makes it better or worse, I guess, but it set me at ease
Sure.
knowing that this person has been around forever.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I guess that makes it okay. Anyway, totally get it. And the idea of feeling more cynical about the world, well, take a number and get in line.
I I would like to think that the odds of them being a nice person doing their best would
Yeah.
way outweigh the fact that they're like a creep or a scammer or something.
Yeah.
Especially because they're of a certain age. If she was
Mhm.
like, if her suitor was 25, well, I'd put her on a watch list, but then also
Yeah.
I would because that seems like prime sketch.
Yeah.
Just older people. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe I'm rose colored glassing it.
I think you might be rose-colored glassing it. I mean, Clint Eastwood, Robert Redford, they all do movies about elderly criminals.
That's a good point.
And let me tell you right now, my mom lives way too close to a school for any of that stuff to get
Got it.
for her to date someone that young.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, Daisy. I don't have a lot that I can tell you here, but I do really relate to the experience of feeling cynical about about watching your parents go through, feeling protective. I guess
Sure.
is it. But also, I do a lot. I talk to my mom. I guess this is a sidebar sort of a comment, but I talk to my mom a lot about scams.
Sure.
Because I mean, I know how easy it is to create a replica of my voice. So, mom and I have a safe word. If she gets a call that sounds like me, but it's asking for, Bitcoin or something, she knows to ask a question that will get a certain answer. We have a call and response.
That's smart. I don't have that.
Why don't you have
folks.
that?
Because no one told me that was a thing. And I'm trying to get them to buy more Bitcoin.
That is one of those things.
In the weeds.
Yeah, you're in the weeds.
Oh, that's
because
smart.
you're the same as me. Like your voice is out there on the internet an awful lot and can be trained, and people could make you a bot and it'll sound like you. And they can use that to call your parents and ask for Bitcoin.
I would like people someone to do that, and people know it's not me because I'm like too sane and rational. You're like, Tom, clearly you haven't interrupted your own sentence once. What's wrong? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down.
You should write that down. Talk to your parents.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, I got another one about mom. Listening to Pete's story about this is from Daisy again. Listening to Pete's story about his mom brought up so much for me. My dad passed away 3 years ago. Say mine too. And my mom has been on her own since. When she met someone new, I thought I'd be happy for her, but instead I felt this weird combination of protectiveness and displacement. Like suddenly I'm not her main person anymore. It makes me feel so ugly and disjointed.
Oh wow.
Oh,
sure.
Daisy, that I get that. I didn't feel that. I think I was more just in that space of curiosity and enthusiasm for mom to have a buddy. But man, that is
anymore. Sure.
Yeah.
So you're feeling like replaced.
Especially if you fall into that space of needing to be the caregiver and I don't just mean sort of regarding healthcare, but like you're helping at the bank, it's just the quotidian stuff, right? That goes on every day. If you're making runs to the grocery store, picking up cat food, right? And suddenly there's someone new who's taking over that. It feels like, losing a part of yourself when you lose responsibility to do that for others.
because that's like an empty nest kind of a
It's
thing.
empty. It's reverse empty nesting.
Reverse empty nest, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry you're feeling that way, but you are, of course, her main person, no
Yeah.
matter what, as the child.
Right.
But no, I mean, but you should feel valid in feeling that way. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
try not to beat yourself up for feeling bad. Don't
Well,
feel bad
yeah.
because you don't feel worse as much as you
Yeah.
can.
And just a reminder that if their relationship is good, this new person, like it's beautiful. It's a
Sure.
beautiful thing to root for these two people. It doesn't have to be. And I know what you said in this question is that you feel ugly and disjointed, but the implication is that the relationship is somehow makes you ugly, and it doesn't have to. Right? It can be empowering. It can free you up to think about other emotional stuff that you deal with. Lord knows, whenever I feel like I solve something, there's always something else to busy me to worry about.
And if you still feel ugly and disjointed and it's just not going away, I would Mrs. Doubtfire it. I would get in there
Yes,
as someone else and ruin that relationship.
that is exceptional
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah, like paint yourself the same color as the bedroom wall, and then like make noises, prove to
This
them, like
is
try to convince them that he is haunted. He brought
yeah,
some sort of a conjuring or the nun, and
yeah,
she's gonna have to be like, look, make him ugly and disjointed for once. That's what
yeah.
I think you should
It's
do.
a real sort of Ju-on the curse, the grudge kind of vibe. And
Yep.
eventually your mom will think fingers are coming out of her skull. It's awful. Don't do
Ugh,
that.
if I had a
Deep
nickel.
cut. Deep
Okay.
cut. All right. Sorry about that, Daisy. It's a hard journey, and I get it. Oh my gosh, here's another one. Pete,
About
my mom, this
moms
is from
dating?
Daisy. My mom also started. We probably should have grouped some of these. This is what we would have gotten if we were prepared.
Yeah.
How do you not interrogate every guy like you're auditioning for Law and Order Elder Crimes?
Yeah. Well, you did.
Yeah,
You
I
did
kind of
about
talk
that.
about
You
that.
You kind of knew him and cousins, and they were all lived in the
Yeah.
same house together, or something like that.
It's a real Charlie and the
So,
Chocolate Factory kind of a thing.
I gotta be honest, and I don't know why, but I know that when you started talking about your mom having suitors and exploring that world, I thought that was extremely rare. That people in their 70s would start doing that more. It is clearly not rare at all.
No. Yeah.
Well,
Well, what's interesting is like neither of them are interested in being married again,
sure.
right? Neither of them are interested even in living together.
Right. He was staying in a
But
hotel.
they sure are interested in spending time with each other, having someone to talk to, having somebody to invest a little bit of their life with. And I think that's awesome.
That's wonderful.
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. How about this one's from Sammy Says Go.
Sammy, hi. Sammy says go.
Sammy says, Tommy, I'm a theme park junkie and I need to know if there's any polite way to speed up older relatives without feeling like a jerk, or should I just embrace the slow parade?
Right. Well, one way that you can actually use it to your advantage is my late grandmother, my mother's mother. She was still mobile, but we would get a wheelchair for her when we went to Disneyland, and we would go right to the front of the line. Classic grandma
Wow.
move. I don't think they do that anymore because half the people at Disneyland are like in their 30s and on jazzies, like those little,
those little wheelie shoes.
Scooters. Yeah, so they can't. I mean, everyone would just be first in line all the time. I think you just have to embrace the slow parade, and if you're a theme park junkie, do your deep breaths and just try to enjoy all of the cool details around you.
Yeah.
Make that part of the ride also. Of what are the outfits. If it's like a real detailed place like a Disneyland or a Universal Studios, there's always a ton of stuff to find and to enjoy. So maybe do that, or just leave them behind. Go into the restroom, come out wearing a wig, and the day is yours.
I'm going back to your Mrs. Doubtfire plan. Like, I
Oh,
sort of feel like there's something you could dress them up as something. I love the wheelchair. You dress them up as it doesn't work if you dress them up as like are there any wheelchair bound characters that you could put a giant head on them?
who's the guy in the X-Men that talks to people with his brain?
There you go. Now we've got Disney. We've locked Disney because
Yeah.
of Professor X. Dress
Professor
your
X.
elder family like Professor X. Wheel them around all the time. And then don't even do the line. Just go into the authorized personnel only doors.
Right.
Because
And
Professor X would be able to get you in there.
if you play your cards right, people will line up to take a picture, and you can be like, "Hey, new Disney policy, $1 a picture." Make
No,
some,
you're grifting.
yeah, make
Because
some
I think
churro money.
That's
Wait,
what Walt
his name
Disney.
is Professor X.
Yeah.
That is a real first thought, best thought situation. Professor X. How dumb.
It's the X-Men, Tom. Nobody was. I think the X-Men itself is the definition of first thought, best thought. The X-Men.
Professor. Are they the X-Men because they're his men? No, because Magneto had men, and they're not Magneto heads. I don't care.
No, because
I'm
Magneto wasn't an
the rest of them.
X-Men.
Look, we're all
Look.
X-Men in some way or another.
No,
I don't
we're
want to
not.
talk about this. The end.
No, some of us are Team Magneto.
Okay, thank you, Sammy. I'm not
And
talking about.
Mark that as done. Okay.
Yeah.
How about this one from Anne? Uh-oh.
Okay.
Does your mom know you're talking about her suitors on a podcast? And
Oh
follow
my,
up.
Pete, you really stirred up a hornet's nest.
I know. I think it's because I talk about the suitors every week. There's always a suitor update.
Guns or suitors, yeah.
Yeah. How on earth do you even begin to vet someone your mom dated in
Yep.
middle school? Yeah, we sort of talked about it. And let me just correct. First of all, my aunt's name is Anne. I wonder if this is Aunt Anne, because if this gets back to Mom,
no.
who knows?
Oh,
No. Mom does know that I have mentioned suitors on the podcast.
What did she think?
She just thinks it's funny. She doesn't.
Does she listen?
No.
Yeah, I don't think my.
It's like I'm answering your questions before you answer them. And I don't, but she never dated this person in middle school. She went to elementary school with them. And then she moved on to some girls' school. So she doesn't know boys.
How do you vet someone your mom dated or knew in middle school or elementary school? I would say get the transcript. Like get the grades so you can
Release
see. It's like,
yeah.
And you're like, a D in cursive. What's going on, Jim? And just sort of see how he wriggles out of it.
Yeah, I mean, release the files is what I say.
Yeah.
Edison
Like an
Elementary
A in
School.
English
Release
and
the Edison files.
An
is I
A
think where
minus
we are.
in scams. Yeah, that's how we would know.
Okay, here we go. This is from probably Tex, I guess. Tommy.
What? Oh, that's the
That's the
full name.
name.
Probably Tex.
Yeah.
Okay. Tommy, that's me.
Yeah,
Tommy,
that's
what do you think about
This
Pete's mom dating? And I'd be like, geez. I also talked about things like a dog pooping. Okay, go ahead.
Tommy, your lost car dream unlocked a memory I've been trying to forget. I keep having this nightmare where I'm back in high school, except I'm 48. I'm wearing my current work clothes, and everyone just acts like that's normal. The bell rings, and I realize it's final exam day for a class I've never heard of, Advanced Trigonometry of Horses. Apparently, I've been enrolled all semester. I don't even know where the classroom is, so I spend the entire dream running around the hallways, carrying a protractor and an actual saddle. Convinced.
Horse element is fascinating. Keep going. Sorry.
I'm convinced I'm late. Then I wake up sweaty, out of breath, and convinced I just failed math and rodeo at the same time. Subconscious message, or just my brain throwing a weird little party with anxiety and absurdism as the guests of honor?
Wow.
You have anxiety dreams?
I am anxiety dreams. No, when I'm not losing my car, I am trying to find a classroom, and I've never found the classroom. At some point I wake up after like my third go around the campus.
But do you ever have any, like this rodeo thing? There's something to it, carrying an actual saddle.
I'm never conscious of that I'm carrying something, and I don't think I even really know fully what the class is. It's sort of an amalgamation of courses that I did take in college that I found. There were like 3. I was an honors student, and there were 2 honors classes that I took that were way over my abilities. Like
Mhm.
one of them, we had to read, what's his name? A Brief History of Time.
Yeah. Yes.
I
Wheelchair.
am very smart.
Yes. I am
What's
so
it?
smart. We made a movie about it, and it
Right.
was wonderful.
That was like the
Ugh.
warm-up book that we had to read over the summer. And that book is really hard to understand. What's his name? We have
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. Okay, yes. Anyways, so yeah, but I've never had an absurdist part to it. It's always just drenched in gross. I know it has to do with like anthropology and numbers and graphs,
Right.
but the trigonometry of horses, what was it? That's
Trigonometry of horse, advanced trigonometry of horses.
No, well, I'm totally gonna try to lucid dream a saddle from now on.
Yeah. I just love that there's an artifact that is persistent, right? The act of carrying the saddle.
I've never had that.
Is funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if that could be calming. Because they say like in lucid dreams, you can figure out. I was just talking to someone who has taught themselves how to lucid dream.
Mhm.
And in it, they ask certain, like to prove to yourself that you're dreaming, there are certain things you do, and one of them is like look at a clock. There's never any clocks or times in dreams, or you can't understand them or something like that. I desperately should have remembered this conversation before I brought this up. Anyways, thanks, Tex. So
no, I'm not done with this.
X,
you look
really?
at a clock in the dream, but you'll never find a clock. So that's proof that you're dreaming. Is that right?
Something
is that what
like
you're suggesting?
That. Yeah, but that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I'm taking that as gospel. That's like an AI hallucination, but I'm believing it.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks, Tex.
Thanks, Tex.
That's fantastic. I love that we're taking these listener questions that are clearly written by somebody who would like some guidance on how to maybe not have this anymore, and we're trying to actually integrate it into our own lives. Like, I wonder what it would take for me to just persistently think of a saddle. Yeah, we're broken. Yeah. Okay, this is another one for you, I think. What's worse, waking up sore from sleeping wrong, or waking up from a dream where you ran a marathon and still being sore even though you didn't? Also, do you think dreams as exposure therapy actually work? Or is that just a nice way of saying, congrats, you were terrified in your sleep for nothing?
That first part, I think waking up sore from sleeping wrong, just other than instead of like running a marathon and being sore, because waking up sore from sleeping wrong is a betrayal from God himself. It is just like a poke in the butt. But dreams as exposure therapy, I really like that idea. I like the idea that we're getting through stuff for a reason. But like, is it so Tex won't be as afraid of horses? Like, if you get down, it's kind of tough to really believe it works. But I mean, I don't remember if I said it during the episode, but I do kind of like anxiety dreams, even though they're so uncomfortable during it. Because when I wake up, I feel relief.
Yeah, like you're processed.
I feel relief that it's like, oh, I don't have homework and I'm not doing classes anymore.
Yeah.
And so that just feels great.
But there's a line, right? Like the persistent I'm carrying a saddle dream is different from I'm waking up after a single or maybe a couple of nights having anxiety dreams, and then I'm finished, right? Like I'll go through bouts of a week where I sleep poorly, and then at the end of the week I'm feeling better, like I'm getting more restful sleep, as if my brain has been doing the thing that it needs to do while I'm sleeping, churning through stuff, unprocessed stuff. But where is the line between that and, oh, I have a persistent dream that I can't shake?
Right. Well, I think.
I mean, do you have those? Is that different? Am I making stuff up that nobody else feels?
I think, well, like the car and the class, I mean, I just have those all the time. And so I'm not dealing with something. Something isn't getting terribly better.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I've started finding the car, which is exciting, which means something in my life now that I'm 50,000 years old. But I don't know. I really wish that you could talk to sleeping Pete and sleeping Tommy and be
Yeah.
like, let's spend a moment in here. I guess
Yeah.
that's what lucid dreaming is. Like, let's really look at that clock and then just go to the registrar's office and look at a map. Is that where they keep the maps for the campuses? Yeah.
I think there are maps everywhere.
Yeah.
There are maps everywhere. All right. That was from Daisy. Okay, Daisy, moving on. We're crushing it with listener questions today.
What do we got? How many more?
4, I think.
Okay.
This is an easy one. Pete, inside shoes, as in like sneakers that never touch the outside world, is that an age thing or a plantar fasciitis thing?
Wait, when did you talk about it? Wait, what are inside shoes? I don't remember that. And it sounds like something that I'll find annoying.
Why are you bringing that energy?
I'm sorry.
As somebody who just had a
shoes,
significant birthday, I feel like you should be a little gentler.
I did, listeners. I did just turn 50 years old 2 days ago as we record this on August 10th. So happy birthday to me. And the biggest gift I got for myself was a pair of inside shoes.
Jeez. So here's the thing.
I don't remember you talking about inside shoes. What are those for?
I have talked about foot problems. And things that break down. For me, I deal back and forth.
I remember this. Because you have like orthotics and stuff, so you need to wear these things. That's
because you remember. I told you about my issue with one leg being longer than the other.
Oh, that's right. And you're constantly like turning around in a circle.
I only make left turns.
and you see the world in a diagonal.
A little bit sideways. Yeah. I don't know what level is. Yes, I do have some inside shoes that I wear because they give me more support on when even inside. I work at a standing desk, so a lot of my time I'm standing up all day.
Yeah.
And I need more support. And I've been dealing with bursitis and plantar fasciitis, and you treat those differently, right?
Sure.
And it's just foot stuff, and it just makes me feel and sound old, and I don't care for it. But it's
Can we come up with a better term than inside shoes? Because for some reason that's driving me insane. Like, I love the idea that you have these shoes for support and you need them and you can't just walk around like a hippie all the time. I love that. But I agree. Inside shoes sounds maddening.
I don't understand this. Would you prefer outside slippers?
I don't know what the answer is. Maybe inside. All right, I'll get to work on this.
It's just shoes, man. It's just shoes.
But you call them inside shoes.
I don't. How else do you differentiate them?
I don't know. It's a good point. Yeah, inside shoes. All right, I'll allow it. I like it.
I don't think you're gonna like it. I think we're gonna hang up, and you're gonna be thinking this is gonna be a perseveration point for you.
Oh no! What if I dream I'm holding a saddle and I'm wearing inside shoes, but I'm outside? Ah!
All right. Simone Olson writes Olson 4 brand new crock pots in my mom's garage when she died, all still in boxes. One of them was from me. Do I take it personally, or is this just a Midwestern doomsday stash thing? As if at the end of days you're going to need a lot of crock pots?
Yeah, well, don't you know, like, there's going to be a huge drought, and the future currency is crock pots and instant pots. 4 of them. That's interesting. And one of them is from. So this sounds like maybe mom was a little afraid of crock pots.
Either afraid of crock pots or had a utility crock pot that she was happy with. I've done that with family. Like you give something that they already have something that they're happy with, and they don't want to give it, so they keep it as it's like a backup. But apparently, Mrs. Olson was thought of in her community and family as a real crockpot head.
Right.
Like people thought all she needs is crockpots. And so she stocks up on backup crockpots that she wasn't crazy about because she already had one she was happy with.
If she didn't get, that totally makes sense. Because if they didn't include a gift receipt, it's hard to, and you're not going to pawn a crockpot.
No.
Right. And so you just, but it's also too big to just it feels weird throwing it away. It's like
Right.
throwing away technology, and so you just put it in the garage.
Well, and here's the bigger problem, Simone. I'm not saying that because this is I know what it's like to lose a parent. I'm just saying that had she lived much longer, there is real risk that she would have re-gifted the crock pot you gave her back to you and
Oof.
have forgotten that. That legitimately happens with people in this kind of scenario. They have a lot of crock pots. There's a birthday coming up. They aren't prepared for it. Suddenly, boom, you've been re-gifted your own crock pot.
Ouch. Yeah.
I know.
Or there's another option.
Do tell.
Some of those might have been inside crock pots.
Jesus. If I could hang up on you, if we didn't have more listener questions.
I put on my inside shoes and I make a little inside stew in my inside crock pot. And then I throw one end of the rope over something sturdy. Okay. You figured it out. I find the strongest looking rafter.
This podcast is going to need a trigger warning. Okay. Jesus. All right. This one comes from Max, who is a history major and chronic pun enthusiast.
Oh, okay. History major. And
okay. Do you remember that I did a Feeling Friends that I was particularly happy about John Graunt? Do you remember that?
Which one was he?
John Graunt was the inventor of vital statistics and epidemiology because he took, during the plague in London, he took the bills of mortality that came out and actually built tables about them so that he could learn why are people dying. And he was just curious. He was a haberdasher by trade who was a hobbyist. Yeah. And I really love John Graunt. He's my spirit animal. So this comes from Max. Serious question. Okay. Do you think John Graunt ever looked at his plague spreadsheets and thought, I am killing it right now?
I get it. Pun enthusiast. I love it. I am slaying at this.
Yes, absolutely. That was exceptional. Max, you can write any time. Amazing. Do you know what? That was it. That was our last question.
Wow. Okay. Well, we did it. And thank you for joining us for this extra bonus sort of episode.
Yeah.
A bonus mistake episode. But thank you so much for writing in. And we're sorry. We're really sorry that we missed this, but we hope we have made it up to you. And
we're going to look at the spreadsheet now.
Oh, nightly.
Because we are killing it, is what we're saying.
Yes. So thank you so much to everyone. And I guess we're going to start our special episodes for Feeling Friends. So if you still want to hear more of our nonsense, and we promise we'll really do them and really answer questions from now on, head over to allthefeelings.fun. And otherwise, thank you everybody for listening. We really appreciate it. We hope you're staying as cool as possible this summer, and we will see you very soon. Pete, final words?
Nope. You did it.
All right. We love you guys. Thank you.
That's great. Perfect. You're perfect at this.
Bye. We did it.